And finally, we get to see a game that is not a mirror matchup in the set between MBCgame Hero and SKT1. And this is going to be a PvZ on Medusa, and it is between Best being sent out by SKT and Saint being sent out by MBC Hero. So, this should be an interesting game. Saint is saying something to himself, I guess, pumping himself up, snapping his fingers, and you can imagine why, because he is playing a very good player in Best, and this is a do-or-die situation for MBC, so Saint has to pull off an upset if he wants to keep MBC alive in this set. SKT took the first two games behind decent play from the Zerg and very good play from Bisu, then dropped the third set in a TVT between Light and Kanata, where Light basically took control of most of the map and was able to go battle cruisers and beat Kanata that way. So we'll see what happens in this game. Best is certainly the favorite to take this game and close out the set for SKT. Best has been playing very well, pretty consistently for the last few months. It sort of came out of nowhere a couple seasons ago and made it to finals of a Star League where he was promptly annihilated by July Zerg, I think either 3-1 or 3-0 or something. But he's continued to play pretty well. Didn't go into a savior-style slump after having his ass handed to him in fairly dramatic fashion, and he's got a 65% or 66% career record for himself, so he's been doing well on a pretty consistent basis, and one of the top few players in Pro League this season. PvZ is actually his weak matchup. He's only about 54%, 55% in PvZ, as opposed to 65% in PvP and stunning 76%, almost unheard of in PvP. That's just an absolute PvP monster, but still a decent PvZ player. Going forward, as you can see here, a standard Forge Fast Expand build on Medusa. Saint, on the other hand, is not an outstandingly good player, at 45% career record, but he is a very good ZVP player at 66% or 67% career record. Limited number of games though, so, and I'm not sure who those games were against. So, take that with a grain of salt. But certainly not as far behind in this matchup as one might expect. I think he could give Best a good game here. So we'll see what happens. Going for, I think that was a 12th hatch immediately into pool. And this map is Medusa, as I said earlier, and 3 spawn locations on this map. Best is just scouting out Saint's build now, so he'll know what the timing is, know that he can put down his Nexus first and then cannons later. We're seeing a lot of PvZs on Medusa. It's a relatively good map for both those races. And Best just trying to deny that mineral-only expansion to Saint for a little while longer. Does a lot of damage to that drone. So good job there by Best. But what we've seen typically is Zergs trying to go for that those temples behind the main and break through them with either Lings or Hydras or Lurkers or something and push into the that high area behind the Protoss player's main. So we'll see whether Saint goes that route. Saint finally getting down that hatchery. And as you can see, Best went Gateway before Cannon, so Best being very confident that he's not going to see quick Lings coming out from Saint. Saint's only produced 2 Lings to chase around that probe. So finally a Cannon going down, and the Nexus just warping in now, so Best is going to be able to transfer probes there pretty quickly. And a very heavy econ game early on from both players. So, not a lot of action thus far. That probe doing a good job staying alive, stole 8 minerals, and it's going to see the layer going up. So, we'll see what kind of tech switch that layer is foretelling for Saint. It may just be fast 3-hatch mutas, which is a reasonably popular build for Zergs on this map. Cybernetic score going down now, so we'll probably see a Stargate for best relatively soon. Second assimilator going down, so some sort of tech going to be coming out for best. Probably, well, he might go say a Reaver, or at least the sort of non-committal say a Reaver we've seen from a lot of Protoss players in PvZ lately. He may also just be trying to get Templar out quickly, if he's anticipating these mutas. We'll see what's going down there. It is a Spire, so it looks like it will be a muta build. If it were going to be, he could just be getting an Spire for Scourge, as we've seen more and more Zergs doing in the last few months. Oh, a Zealot in there to harass the drone line. I don't think it's going to get very far. Those Zerglings do intercept it quickly. But anyhow, if that were what it's doing, we would have seen a Hydralist then by now to get out either just Hydras or Lurkers or something. Does take down one drone before that Zealot goes down, so not a bad use of the Zealot. Seems like a bad trade, 100 minerals for 50, but at the same time, if you take account of the lost mining time and the time required to replace the drone and the larva that's lost for the Zerg player, it all does sort of even out. So, decently effective for us. Fourth hatchery going down now. First Corsair coming out for best. And now, we do see Saint going for those temples in the back. So, he will try probably in the mid-game to attack through the back, and fifth hatchery going down at the 1 o'clock position, so a huge macro game coming from Saint. And Saint may just try to, well, he may go for a ton of mutas in the mid-game. He may also just try to go switch into a Sauron Zerg build and get out a ton of Hydras and Speedlings and everything. Best is backing off with that Corsair now that he's seen the Spire out and knows that Scourge will be coming. Another hatchery going down, so Saint's going to be able to produce a lot of units, and something's going to... Hydralist Den is going down. So, it may be that Spire actually was just for Scourge. We don't see any mutas yet, so I guess I was wrong about that. Meanwhile, Best has seen those Lings hacking away the temple, so he'll be able to, if need be, put up a pylon and a cannon back there to ward them off. Hydralist Den and Evolution Chamber up. Lots of Sayers coming out for Best, and he does have the robotics facility down. So he may go for some sort of Sayer Reaver build. He may also just be trying to get out the early observers, but I would imagine we'll see a robotics support bay relatively soon. Some other building going down for Saint at that mineral only. Not sure what that is. And there is the robotic support bay. So it will be Sayer Reavers. And we see a few gateways going down, so it's not going to be a all-in Sayer Reaver build, which really is my favorite build to watch in PvZ. So I've said this before, but really the most exciting games I've ever seen involve the all-in Sayer Reaver into carrier build from the Protoss player, and that's just a ton of fun to watch. But Best is not going that direction. That's a very risky build to go, so it's understandable. Some upgrade going down to Forge. I assume that's Weapons 1. And 4 Corsairs out now, another one building. So definitely committing to this air control strategy, though he hasn't put down a second